Hello and welcome back. And in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the verse number 6 of the Holy Science. This is chapter number 1. The title is Veda from the Holy Science. And in this video, we are going to discuss verse number 6, in which we have discussed about the Chit and Chitta. There are two words. One is Chit. If you know Hindi, then this is Chit, and the other word is Chitta. Right? So these are the two different words. So this is something like CHIT. Then if you write like this, then it is chitta, double T, right? So there are two things, chit and chitta. So we have discussed earlier that in the previous videos we have seen that when the God particle starts vibration, then the vibration travels in both the directions, in the forward direction and in the backward direction. In the backward direction, it is sat, chit. This is known as sat and chitta, right? And whatever is there, this is known as sat, right? Whatever is traveling here, this is chit, always chit, until you reaches a point where the vibration or the frequency of the wave that is traveling along, the frequency of that wave becomes in the range of the light waves, right? So if you come to the range of the light waves, this is something which is happening in the Maharloka. There is a frequency layer which is known as Maharloka, right? So at this point where the light waves frequency is generated and where the particles nature of the light also gets generated, because light has dual nature. One is wave and the other one is particle. So if you have the particle nature, the particles of the light wave starts from here. So those particles are known as chitta, right? CHITT. This is known as chitta, right? But earlier, until it becomes a light wave, before that, it is known as chitta. Before that, before light frequency is adopted, this is known as chitta. And after adopting the light wave frequency, it becomes chitta, right? So once it becomes chitta, it is traveling all along in the other direction, in the forward direction, this direction. And this direction is known as the, apara creation. There are two creations. One is apara, one is para. So this is the apara creation where we are living, right? From here, all the things starts. From these particles, all the life starts. These are the particles which contributes to the creation of the nature. So basically, we are nothing but the condensed form of these particles which are known as the chitta, right? Since this chitta is getting the light now, which is known as the godly light as well, right? They have adopted the, the light wave nature of the light wave, and light is also particle and also the wave, right? So after this, when the light waves energy is adopted by them, when the light wave frequency is adopted by these particles, then in that case, what happens that from here onwards, they become sensitive, right? So sensitivity means just like when you put when you put some iron bar into the magnetic field, then this iron bar also starts working like a magnet, small magnet. So this iron bar also becomes polarized when you put this into the magnetic field. So one portion become for this iron rod, all the atoms, all the atoms are arranged in such a manner that one portion becomes the north pole and the other part becomes the south pole. So as soon as um, a rod, an iron rod comes to the magnetic field, that becomes polarized. Similarly, when this chitta comes to the light wave, comes under the influence of the light wave, then it becomes the the chitta, right? The chitta, it becomes chitta. Once it becomes chitta, it becomes sensitive. Sensitivity comes into it. Sensitivity means it adopts a free will, right? It thinks like it has a separate and unique existence. It exists itself. It has all the power, right? Something like which is thought of by the atheist, that we are everything. Atheists have the thought that we are everything. So this chitta is the complete dominance in the atheists. Atheists are fully made of this complete form of chitta, because of which it has all the free will. It thinks that yes, Free will means it's not like they are willingly free to do anything. They are still under the influence of the nature. But the free will means they think that I have separate existence, I have unique and separate existence. There is no one who is giving me the life. I myself have the life. Something like that. That kind of free will is with the atheists. So atheists are those people inside whom this chitta, this chitta this chitta has the complete dominance, which means the the particles which are known as the chitta, they are completely dominating the atheists. Okay, so this chitta, which is becoming bipolar now, right? Like because this becomes chitta. So since everything is bipolar, right? Here it is traveling, here it is traveling in both the directions. That is why this particle which is created, that also has a bipolar nature, right? One pole attracts it towards the right direction. I mean, the forward direction, not the right direction, because right means correct as well, right? So I cannot say it right. I should say it travels in the forward direction. So whatever travels in the forward direction, that is known as manas, manas, mana, our mind, right? Which has separate kind of cravings. So that is known as the mana. Mana means the entity which is having the craving for getting lust, for getting lustful thoughts, for getting, for enjoying the lustful thoughts. So those kind of things are coming under the manas. So that pole which is moving, which is just pulling it into the forward direction, that pole is known as the manas. And the opposite direction, which is traveling, which attracts it towards the god, that is known as the sata, right? So you can see on the left hand side, this is known as the manas, and the other one where it is getting attracted, that is known as the sata, S-A-T, sata, right? So sata or intellect, or you can say buddhi. In Hindi, it is known as the buddhi. So in Hindi, it is known as buddhi. So the opposite direction, or the other direction where the God particle is attracting it, that is known as the sata, right? And the other direction, the forward direction, is known as the mana, right? Mana, forward direction, and the opposite direction is known as the buddhi or the intellect. In the English, we call it intellect, or you can say the sata. So whatever is traveling around sata, that is known as the buddhi or the intellect, and what is traveling in the forward direction, that is known as the manas or the mana or the mind, right? So you can understand it with the help of an example of the iron and magnet. Whenever you put some iron into the magnetic field, then the iron rod also becomes bipolar. One pole becomes north pole and the other pole becomes the south pole. And every atom of the the iron bar becomes like a magnet, right? So that is what has all has been explained in this uh, particular words, right? So if you don't understand these things, then it will be really difficult for you to understand the holy science, right? So that is why I'm just explaining it very slowly, and in one video I'm taking only one verse, right? So whatever is traveling in the forward direction, since this sata, whenever you are calling about this sata, then this sata or the God particle, it is full of all the feelings, it is full of all the, in Hindi, what you call bhava. So all the feelings, all the seeds of all the feelings are inside this God particle. And whatever is traveling in the opposite direction, that has all the feelings, all the pleasure, everything in here, right? So because this is the seed of this God particle, is the seed of all the pleasure, all the pain, everything, whatever feelings you could have, right? All those feelings are comprised here in the form of the seed with the God particle, right? So when you are traveling in the opposite direction, so you are not by default have all the seeds. Since you don't have the seeds, so here when you are traveling in the opposite direction, you go for the fruits of those seeds, because these seeds are acting like a complete pleasure, right? These are the seeds of the pleasure. Whatever pleasure you feel, these are the seeds of that pleasure. Something you can understand with the help of the example of the seed of a mango tree, right? So everything inside the seed of the mango tree is there. but you cannot find any mango tree inside the seed of the mango, right? If you open that, if you cut that seed, you will not be able to find out any plant of mango. But as soon as it grows up, you find that yes, inside that seed only, all the characteristics of the mango tree were there, right, in the seed itself. So similarly, this God particle is the seed of all the pleasure of the pain, all the kinds of feelings that we could have. But when you come into this direction, there are no seeds. So whatever seed can produce, like the seed can produce, suppose the seed of the mango tree can produce the mangoes. So the seed of the mango tree, something is like here, right? You can compare it with mango seed. Don't take it as a mango seed. I'm just giving you an example to understand. It's not like I'm calling the God particle as the mango seed. So please be informed, right? So when you come here on the right hand direction, on the forward direction, then in that case there is no seed, but the feeling or the craving of that pleasure is there. Since the feeling of the pleasure is there, and we and usually because of this chitta, this has become chitta. So because of this, because of having the separate existence, it does not know that there is a seed, right? It only knows that there are fruits, right? And I have to pick those fruits. I have to pull down those fruits, like the happiness, the good things, all the things which gives you pleasure. All those things are searched by this chitta, and that is why this chitta starts searching for the pleasure in the in this world where we are living, which is known as the apara, right? So that is why, since it is searching for the pleasure in this world, so whatever kind of pleasures are there, whatever kind of feelings and their combinations can create different kind of pleasures, according to that different kind of bodies it gets condensed to, right? Again, listen to me. All kind of pleasures, all the possible combination of the pleasures, whatever could be possible with the combination of all the particles, the nature of the particles, those kind of particles, they combine together, they condense together, and they create the kind of bodies which could be suitable for you enjoying a particular kind of pleasure, right? So those are 84 lakh thousand, sorry, those are 84 lakhs kind of pleasures, right? 8.4 million, right? So 8.4 million kind of pleasure feelings are there to whom this chitta could search. All these chitta could search for that kind of for those many kinds of, I mean, the 8.4 million kind of pleasures, and that is why there are 84 lakh different kind of in Hindi language you call it yoni, right? So in Hindi language we say that there are 84 lakhs yonis, right? 84 lakh kind of creatures are there, right? So that is why these are the 84 lakh kind of feelings, not feelings exactly, the kind of pleasures, right? So these are the 84 lakhs kind of pleasures which we feel, which we could feel in this nature, and that is why accordingly we have 84 lakhs um, uh, unis, right? We call it yoni. In other word, in English, you can call it creatures, different kind of creatures, right? So this was all about this particular video. This is verse number 6, and in the next video we will discuss about the verse number 7. Till then, have a nice day and bye bye.